Can I get a...
We got... Hello, welcome listeners and music lovers, artists, sponsors, and all of our regulars who are back here watching us at the Maine Music Project. How are you doing, Michelle?
Me? I'm all right, you know.
Hanging in there?
Every week is a little crazy. This was no different, but I really loved this morning.
The rain.
The mist.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah.
So nice. I did
Serious.
too.
Like you get in and you're just like, wow, it's so foggy, it's so misty, I can get lost in this. Or I can be hidden just enough that all is good.
I was hiding in my new sheets, listening to the rain come down on my window and in my sheet. It was magical. But I really feel like spring is happening. The sun's coming. Things are livening up a little bit. Energy is shifting, right?
Energy is definitely shifting.
Energy is shifting, which is great.
And hopefully people are going to bring all that really cool energy that they have and support this beautiful project we got going on.
Yeah, you guys, most of you probably have heard about us or know about us, but if you are just joining us tonight, thank you so much for tuning in.
To the Maine Music Project.
We're taking donations for the artists and the venue of their choice tonight. You can donate at Venmo or PayPal at the Maine Music Project.
Yes.
We're supported by you guys, and we're supported by our sponsors.
Oh, we have so many too. So far, we want more though. We got Polestar Podcast, always securing us with incredible video
and sound.
Austin Street.
Yep.
They have a whole package thing going on for your donation of $10 or more. They have a swag bag of goodies.
Yeah, we're picking the raffle next week. So all your donations that go in today over $10 qualify for the Austin Street goodie bag. Oh, good.
So please donate for that. WMPG, people-powered community radio. Nothing but love for you.
Been around forever.
Yes, we had the postcards. Excuse me, postcards. Jenny Van West, who's been supporting us. Mayamon, they do this podcast every single Monday through Friday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and you can just see it on their site, too. Right. It's just called Postcards. But the trick is, write them a postcard. That's what it's about.
Okay. All right. Good
Bangor
to know.
Savings.
We got Bangor on our side, which has been great. I bank with them. I know Michelle banks with them.
I do. I like them.
I'm sure lots of you do, too.
And Viva banks with them. You see? Keeping it all community.
Who wants to pay an ATM fee ever?
And, of course, we got Lenny's and the Dogfish, who have sponsored us from the beginning, and Dogfish, who provides this great stage for us tonight.
To host all these amazing artists. So thank you to all of our sponsors and our musicians and our listeners. You guys, we have a great show for you tonight. But before we start our show off, we have a little bit of an opener for you tonight. We got Michelle Arcan over here to my right, who's gonna send us off with a little poem before Viva gets started. Michelle, why don't you take it away?
Yes. Do you know why I'm doing this poem, though?
No.
Or
Speak
sharing
to me.
a poem is only because Viva and I, back in the day, we would go to this coffee shop, and I would always see her there every time I went, and it was my place to go write poetry.
Okay.
So thus, I was thinking about it. I was like, I got to write a poem next week for next week's show.
What's the name of the coffee shop? What was it?
Omi's.
Omi's. Okay.
Oh, they were the best. They were right on York Street. They had a bay window, and I would lie down in the mornings, drink coffee, and write poetry.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I was thinking of Viva, thinking about Omi's, and thinking about writing poetry. So
I
wrote
your poems.
This one
are always our heartstring poems, and I love hearing them. So let's start the show off right, Michelle.
Yeah.
What you got?
They're good. They help me breathe.
Lady?
I write it out. This one's called Beyond the Horizon. It's time to shake the cobwebs from our eyes, unwind our bodies' deathly grip, and open our minds. Constriction and openness. A constant push and pull from the cosmos above, like love. And the mutation of a hatred that is tearing us all apart, limb by limb. Leaving us afraid to look one another in the eye, lost in fear. A word so small, yet holds such power. As we try to outrun this mutation. But the lines are so undefined that I find myself alone, shooting from the hip blind, initiating my own internal revolution, taking nothing for granted, loving unconditionally the fire burning wild in my head, explicit my word of the moment that encapsulates everything, like your kiss. But it ain't enough. It will never, ever be enough. This tidal wave needs to be faced head on, not just heard, but reheard again and again until there is no mystery in our history, just a connection that transmutes mind and body, a spiritual rebirth to lessen my constriction so my heart can lead with pure intuition, moving into action so you can see me as I see you, free beyond the horizon.
And without further ado, we have Viva.
Welcome, welcome, Viva!
Michelle, that was beautiful. Thank you. And here we are. Hey, so hi Instagram, hi Facebook, hi all the live streamers. I hope you're all watching at the Maine Music Project's page because they have the deluxe view with the deluxe sound. So everybody checking in on my Instagram, thanks for popping in. Check out at the Maine Music Project for the full fancy, like you've never seen it before view. I'm gonna start off with a tune that my buddy Jordan Bickey wrote. And I think the first time that we played it was possibly the last time that I played here at the Dogfish. And it's so good to be back. I have to share it with you. If I were to sing to you, if only for the last time I get to be with you, and that subtle smile, if only for the last time I can see your face, and only by the grace of you can I have a last time with you. For the last time, if you were to take my heart, if only for the first time, I would be always free from fear. If only for the first time, I can see your face, and only by the grace of you. since a lot of my live streams have been in my living room to my dog and sometimes boyfriend, it is nice to hear applause. Thank you. Wow. That's great. I'm already used to it again. So that song is called Grace of You. It's on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere else you get music under Viva and the Reinforcements, the dudes that I recorded that with. As you probably know, but if you're late, that's fine. I'm always late. I'll fill you in. We're raising money tonight with the Maine Music Project. We get to support Big Babe's Tavern, which it took me a really long time to decide what venue to support, because there's so many that have supported me over the course of my career in Portland, including the one that I'm in right now. How to choose, how to know who needs the support, or Babes needs it. And you know why? Because they had just launched this amazing project of a venue that's not just a venue, but has rooms upstairs, like a genuine old, in keep, having traveling bands come through, so the traveling bands could lodge upstairs. It is so hard to tour. I found out when I toured, that is just such an act of grace to make that space for musicians. And the way that they have organized their entire venue is about making people feel comfortable so they can have a genuinely amazing time. The dance floor feels awesome. My knees did not bother me the next day. They have just delicious food that's actually priced so that people can eat it. And the first time that I walked in the door, the folks behind the bar recognized me. It was literally my first time walking in the door, and they're like, "Hey, Viva!" And I was doing that thing of okay, I'm going out someplace I've never been. I'm really excited to check it out. I hope they think I'm cool. And then you walk in, and there's already a sense of belonging that's just established in the foundation of the building. So we have to support Big Babes, because I haven't gotten a chance to play there yet, so y'all have to donate money so that I can. Yes. Let's do another one. This is the first song that I wrote. Also available on Spotify and iTunes and all those places. Last night, while I was dreaming, tonight I will be dreaming, and when I feel your misty touch, I'll treasure it so until you go. You've left me to my secret crush. Oh man, it's like I'm remembering with every passing measure. I remember what it was like. This time, I have something to show you that you've never seen me do. Lee is the only person who's ever actually watched me do it. You ready? We're getting serious now. This is kind of a suspense game, so don't let your attention wander too far. Pull out that iPad and turn on some Minecraft and you'll see. But keep the live up. Feats of multitasking and dexterity. That's what we promise you tonight if you will just please support Big Babe's Tavern for me and the Maine Music Project. Ow! I'm so glad you feel that way. So that was my first cover. That was Chris Isaak and I can't remember who else. Wicked Game and Cry For You. And, you know the songs. They were big. They were wonderful. Stop it. Ooh. Can you get him on this live stream? Yes. Because for me, now your dad is Chris Isaak. So that was very fun. I have, at the beginning of quarantine, probably everyone experienced this, I became face-to-face with more of my anxiety than I have ever looked at in my entire life. I have never looked my anxiety so close in the face. And there were some really interesting things happening a year ago now. My partner had just broken his leg horrendously, and so he was doing exactly what he was supposed to be doing. He was laid up, letting it heal, and he's got, like, his video game. And I became not exactly jealous for his attention, but that he could go into something, it was Minecraft, and he could just start building and win at a video game and get those little reward neurotransmitters. And I wanted those little reward neurotransmitters. And I was very, very loud and vocal about it. as is my habit. Don't let a problem fester quietly when you can declare it to the whole world in a microphone. And so my partner, sweetheart that he is, downloads an app for me and hands me back my phone and is like, here you go. And it's a little drum pad machine app. And I was like, what's this? I don't know what this is. And he was like, you push the buttons and it makes music and then you get to make your own stuff. And I was gone for like 3 weeks. I was like, do not talk to me. I have found my purpose and it lives under my thumbs inside this screen. So I started making beats. Some of them I'm very proud of. Some of them I just made so out of my genre just to give myself something, like I made something today. And I made something that I never would have made time for, but the world has paused, which means that I have time for everything. And I'd rather do this than think anxiety thoughts. So I made a beat, which I will share with you now. It's my gift to you. It's not of an original song. It's another cover of Dance With Me by Double O Morgan. Oh, come and dance with me, my baby. Let's dance till we go crazy. The night is young and so are we. Let's make love and dance the night away. What I really wanna do is just dance with you and feel your body tight. Show you how to do it right. I could show you every move. I know just what to do. Each step will feel so fine. One dance and you'll be mine. So baby, when we hit the floor, you'll be asking for more. Let's make love and dance the night away. Oh, come and dance with me, my baby. Let's dance till we go crazy. The night is young and so are we. Let's make love and dance the night away. Put your hand in mine, promise you'll take your time. We'll dance from head to toe. I can dance fast or slow. Baby, let in my eyes, let the music hypnotize. Let our bodies synchronize. One dance and you'll be mine. So baby, when we hit the floor, you'll be asking for more. Let's make love and dance the night away. Oh, come and dance with me, my baby. Let's dance till we go crazy. The night is young and so are we. Let's make love and dance the night away. Put your hand in mine, promise you'll take your time. this room, I've been running my own sound, and I did not go to school for it. And Lee, you're doing it. You're doing it, man. You're making me feel so sexy. Oh, keep it up. Matter of fact, he does. He did it for me at Aura. He's doing it for me here. Oh, I love it. Oh. So this would be a really sexy striptease, except that I got arts and craftsy during quarantine, and I made these extravagant ass earrings. And this hat actually is part of my new clothing line. Yeah. Oh, you're taking pictures? Yeah. Get my good side. Work it. Yeah. Did you notice this? I made 4 minutes. Took me 4 minutes. Marshalls. Yeah. Make this sweater. It just has that much attitude. Oh, man. Oh, this is great. It feels so good to be with you guys. You don't even know. Maybe you know. Maybe that's why you put this all together for us. How about let's stay in Covertown for a minute, and we'll go to the 90s, and I'll do one of those songs that I used to play here all the time back in the day when I played here all the time back in the day. Oh, you sure do. You made them happen. Do you remember that time I shoved 9 musicians into this corner? Yeah, maybe more than one time. I would have like 4 horn players on the gig, and I hadn't figured out how to write horn arrangements yet. They were so indulgent. You know what I could do? Yeah. Lee says, yeah. It's right there. You could do that. You have such a gentle way. Yeah, you could do that. You know what would make this better for everyone if you turned this mic on? Come on, Viva. I thought you were a professional. Oh, but you're so kind. You'd never actually say that. You just say, yeah. Oh. Can you hear it? Can you hear the ukulele? Great. What's the one I want to do? Oh, this is the one. You guys, everybody who has seen my shows multiple times will know from the story I'm about to tell what I'm about to sing, which is this song that was from my childhood, and I loved it, but I could remember nothing of it except that 2 people who were lost walked down a road that was maybe made of gold. And I would ask people, hey, do you know what the song is? And describe it just like that. And guess what? No one could tell me what it was. I thought it was a great description. And you'll know. As soon as I start it, you'll be like, oh, yeah, you know. You know. They made up their minds, and they started packing. They left before the sun came up that day. An exit to eternal summer slacking. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? They drank up the wine and they got to talking. They now had more important things to say. And when the car broke down, they started walking. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone could see the road that they walked on was paved in gold. And it's always summer, they'll never get cold. They'll never get hungry, they'll never get old and gray. You could see their shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home, but they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. The children woke up and they couldn't find them. They left before up that day. They just drove off and left it all behind them. But where were they going without ever knowing the way? But where were they going without ever knowing the way? You remember the times?
I do.
They
and
were
I
good
have-
times.
I remember that
I
one.
don't think I ever have heard
Once
that
or
cover
twice.
before.
Oh, really?
No, not covered. That was
She
that
moved
was,
here after the millions.
That's okay, Natalie. I'm
Viva
not mad
shows,
at
but
you.
Now she gets to hear it now.
This
You
is-
get-
this
we
is
all
my
get
first
here when
Viva
we get
show. This
here.
is my very, very first Viva show, and I feel
you're
like
so
I'm getting a
lucky.
private. I mean, I am. I'm not feel like
You
it.
are.
I am getting a private concert.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And it's so you're getting to know the Viva from the inside out because she usually plays with all these large bands and
Right,
there's
you're
so
in a
many
number-
people, but we get her naked, raw, and alone.
what could you? Wow, Nate.
Did you
raw
hear that?
and alone.
Naked, raw, and
That
alone,
sounds-
right here.
Did I
Why
step
wasn't
away?
that on the poster?
Michelle, your choice of words is always surprising.
I mean, she's a poet. What do you
Of course.
expect?
Did I go too far?
I love you. I love you with all my heart.
Thank you. I love
raw
you too.
and what did you say? Raw, naked and raw. Why not? Let's just be naked and raw. I mean, come on.
Well, and alone, not with a whole band. It's just
Yeah, stripped
Viva,
down.
and
Stripped down.
and it's beautiful to get that glimpse into someone's, inner soul.
Right
You've
in
been
here.
in quarantine for so long that you haven't had this, and now you're learning, like you said,
Right. Oh,
man.
beats and this and that, and look at these guitars and a ukulele. It's like a whole new world.
Or did you
whole new
incorporate the looping too? Recently?
You guys want to know? Yeah,
I want to know the
recently.
looping story because
recently.
I have to say that
Should I tell
that
them, Lee?
is-
Should I tell them? So as recently as the night before last.
Your first time? Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's
So
amazing.
I borrowed this looper from Rexy Dinosaur, who
Rexy!
yeah, exactly, longtime Dogfish musician.
Who isn't
I-
in Portland?
right, yeah,
Rexy.
it's kind of like an inside club. You know.
All the cool people are doing it.
It's true. I picked up the gig from I think Chaz Lester and Kyle Friday. I picked up the Friday nights and I was like, yeah, I'm here now.
Yeah.
But so Rexy is we have this wonderful friendship where we're always trying to push each other to the next level. And a few years ago I was
been
like,
horning it
I'm
out.
frustrated about this thing with my voice, and she was like, well, you should learn to be a horn player. So then I bought a trombone.
No way.
Literally right before quarantine, I got it for myself for Christmas. And then she was like, I'm in this band, Port Gorgeous, and we have a show coming up. And if you can learn the parts in 2 months,
You can play trombone?
you can audition.
Okay.
Now, were you auditioning
Baby
for
steps,
trombone?
baby
Oh,
steps.
yeah, I was auditioning on trombone. And it worked. I went in the woodshed and I worked real hard. And they were like, great! And they didn't
that's
question it, which was wonderful.
Are they keeping you confined to
Oh, no. She's
Oh,
going to
good.
keep this confined.
That's what I
Come on.
just thinking. You know how sometimes horn players, they get put in the
Yeah,
corner
oh, not me.
when they need to come out.
This girl in the corner.
I
No,
don't. Can you,
nobody
can
wants
you
to be out
imagine?
in the
I will
corner.
take up the entire corner. Look at me.
Yes.
No, it was great. I had my first trombone gig, and it was my second to last gig before everything closed.
Yeah.
And I did not bring my trombone tonight because while I started quarantine, working super hard, I was playing 4 hours a day, and then last year became stressful. I don't know if any of you heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a thing that happened.
There was a
right?
bunch of things
Yeah.
that were just none of them were fun, and I stopped practicing trombone. I started again in February, but that was all Rexy saying, "Hey, you should try this thing you've never tried."
Yep.
So this last year, I was like, when I made that "Dance with Me," that track for that Double and Morgan tune, I was playing ukulele parts that I put in the track, and I was like, oh, wait, I actually know where the things I want are. And I've been playing for 10 years, and all of a sudden it's clicking. Maybe I should learn guitar. So I reached out to my friends Sam James and Jordan Bickey, and Jordan found me this guitar
The beautiful black one there?
The beautiful black one there. It's the mini version of his.
It's very far from
mini.
Me. So
it's beautiful. Just take my word for it.
Perfect size. Perfect size.
Exactly me size.
It looks really nice.
And then I got to spend a month at Indigo Arts Alliance learning how to play guitar from Sam James, which was just
glorious.
Bonus.
This whole community is so good. So then I told Rexy this, and I said, I want to play guitar at gigs, but I'm new, and I don't want to give up on it before I fall in love with it. Right. And so she said, here's my looper pedal. You should play with that. And off you go.
Cool.
And good luck.
It's all coming together.
It was a whole big circle.
I give you mad props. I've been looking at eyeing loop pedals my whole life, and I haven't made the loop. Right. I haven't made the jump into the loop pedal.
You haven't leaped to the loop.
Leaped to the loop, and it's very inspiring to watch.
Well, maybe this is your challenge all of a sudden.
Maybe
from Rexy.
We aren't allowed to leave tonight until after the live stream until you've had a chance to play on the looper.
I'm not going to say no to that.
You're going to play with
the pedal. Let me try it out.
Nobody puts me in a corner. Nobody says no to me. Natalie, you're playing with it later.
Oh my God. Well, we could be up here all night chatting.
We can't talk.
Sure. But I want to just say again to the listeners, thanks you guys for watching. If you want to donate, you can do so on Venmo or at PayPal at the Maine Music Project. We are also supporting the venue,
Big Babes Tavern, a place that just was there. It was ready to
It was there and then it wasn't.
And it was starting, and it was going to be this big, beautiful.
And it's going to.
Oasis.
It's going to be this big, beautiful thing.
Yes,
we're coming back.
It still will. It just is happening a little later than planned.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to come back bigger, better, and stronger. Remember, a portion of tonight's show goes to Big Babes Tavern.
Yep.
Let's keep it rocking. Viva wants to play there.
Project. So thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And Viva, give it back to you.
Raw, naked, and alone.
Raw, naked, and alone.
Oh, man, if I ever write a book, that's the title. Great. So I did something. Every musician who's ever worked with me and is in the audience right now is going to be shocked that I did this, but I wrote the set list out ahead of time. Let me consult. Oh my gosh, the time went so fast. Well, I'm going to do another one that I used to do back in the day here when the day was upon us, way back when. kept himself wet with his same old safe bet. Me and my head high and my tears dry. I get on without a guy. You went back to what you know, so far removed from every little thing we went through. And I tread a troubled track. My odds are stacked. I go back to black. We only say goodbye with words. I died 1,000 times. You go back to her and I'll go back to. I go back to us. To us. You went back to what you know. You're so far removed from all that we went through. I tread a troubled track. My odds are stacked, and I go back. I go back. We only say goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You can go back to her, that's fine, 'cause I'm going back to. We only say goodbye with words. I died 1,000 times. Go on back to her, and I'll go back to. We only say goodbye with words. I died 1,000 times. Go on back to her, 'cause I'll go, I'll go, I'll go. I'll go back. I'll go back to Oh, you know what? I have to do at least one more. Oh, okay, great. And I'm gonna do 17 more. Let me restart this little thing right here. I almost said a swear word, but I wouldn't do that here. You know, I wouldn't. I don't know if I need to. It's been a long time since I've been in the presence of children, so I haven't not needed to swear. But I'm gonna try just in case there be little ones watching. We'll see. It's not their bedtime anyway. All right. Let's see. So this one right here goes out to everyone who wishes for a better world and who has come together in the resistance for a better tomorrow, such as we can have it. mattina io sono alzato. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E la mattina io sono alzato, io ho trovato l'invasor. Oh partigiano, portami via. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Oh partigiano, portami via, che mi sento di morire. Partigiano, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. E se io muoio da partigiano, tu mi devi seppellire, mi seppellire laggiù in montagna. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Mi seppellire laggiù in montagna, o per sopra di un bel fiore. Tutti i genti mi passeranno. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Tutti le genti mi passeranno. Chi mi chiama, che bel fiore. Questo fiore da partigiano. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Questo è il fiore del partigiano, morto per la libertà. Questo è il fiore del partigiano. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Questo è il fiore del partigiano, morto per la libertà. Questo è il fiore del partigiano, morto per show you guys that I made by my very onesie. Big Babe's Tavern, woman-owned, felt very safe as a woman walking into that environment. Let's talk about a woman that I really like, Janelle Monáe. I trust her implicitly. Antebellum just came out last year. It was a horror film, and I knew that the subject matter was going to be intense, very intense, and a specific kind of intense for me, but I trusted her, and I was correct to trust her. Janelle Monáe knows what she's on. So I made this beat using my video game drum pad machine. It's a Janelle Monáe song called Neon Valley Street. I hope she likes that I covered it. May the song reach your heart. May your ears love the sweet melody. Every note, every chord. I will arrange them for you and me. May the sound of my voice be a guide, bring you closer to me. Let us bathe in noise. Let the love in your heart speak to me. For now I'll pretend I'm holding your hand. May the song reach your heart. May the song reach your heart. May the song reach your heart. May the song journey on for you. We met alone, forbidden in the city, running fast through time like Tubman and John Henry, but the time was wrong. Illegal aliens roam. Such a pity that the city's just a danger zone. Atomic booms bombing hearts like Iraqis in Babylon. Droid control will take your soul and raid it, berate it, slay it, you hate it and deflate it, but you don't get caught. And outlaw in the law. May the strings make you smile. May they always remind you of me. For now I'll pretend I'm holding your hand. May the song reach your heart. May the song reach your heart. May the song reach your heart. May the song journey on for you. Yes. Last one. Thank you for whispering it. Last call, everybody. Tip your bartender. Cool. Thanks for sticking around and supporting Big Babes and the Maine Music Project and me, Viva, who can be found on Spotify, iTunes, and other places under Viva and the Reinforcements. You can follow me on all social media at CVivaSing. And I'm going to close out on an original tune. This is, so I got a really, I'm going to bring it down. Sorry, I'm closing out on a downer note. But that's what you get in 2021. A friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, had to attend a virtual funeral today for somebody who died from COVID because of government mismanagement and misinformation. And This person texted me early this morning, because I don't know if they slept very well, but they texted me at an hour saying that they rewatched the segment of this song from when I played at the State Theater in the fall. And which I was super touched, because this is, it's an original song. This friend went out of their way to find this recording and rewatch it. And they said that the reason that they did and that they found so much solace in it was because I took a moment to address the gravity of what we're all going through and to treat it like it's real. And at the time I was playing in the State Theater, which is like a 1,200 person venue, and we could have filled every single seat with a COVID victim from that day alone. And so they wrote to me a really heartfelt message about this. So I'm saying it again for anybody who feels like it's scary and their concerns aren't being addressed, or they feel like they're going crazy because the world's going back to normal, but the threat isn't eradicated. I am right there with you. I hear you. I feel you. I can't wait till science prevails and things get better. But in the meantime, even though we are arrested waiting for that to happen, we still have to be here, and we have to give ourselves the best time here that we can. I've been doing that by learning everything that I can, and let me tell you, it helps the demons. I'm also in therapy. That helps the demons too. Everyone should try it. And I hope those of you who know the song, sing along at home. To live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live 'cause I'm gonna die. It's new, but now I finally feel the passage of the minutes through my hopes and know that nothing goes unpaid. But wait, and worth its gold if you're prepared to give your life, your days, your time, and know there is no getting out alive. We think we're so special, we know no one is that special. I wish I could be that special. I wish I could be that special. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live 'cause I'm gonna die. The house, the car, the wedding, birth, your health, your time, even retirement were never really yours to own. Seeds sown, insurers, bankers, lenders scheme to reap our labor's fruit. The dream to settle down, a perfect pair to purchase all these things that make them so special. Identical and not special. I'm not born to be special. I need to be my own special. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live like I'm gonna die. I've got to live 'cause I'm gonna woman's nightmare makes another lady's fantasy. She's dying to have all control while trying to die beautiful. She's feeling the stress, the push and the pull, the danger in delaying what's inevitable. Student loans keep ringing, all the interest they keep slinging, stealing morsels of her energy. She'd rather not feed the enemy, and she's feeling the stress now, the push and the pull. She can see what she is fleeing is inevitable. But when she dreams of her life, she wants all the control. In fact, the time that she sold, all of the time that she sold. And she's feeling the stress now, the push and the pull. She can see what she is fleeing is inevitable. Live. Live. Die. Shucks, gee golly. Thanks.
Girl, you got
Thanks
some pipes.
for joining the club.
You got some pipes over there.
Powerful women.
Oh my God,
living
lady.
like they're gonna die.
You know it. What else are we gonna do?
Yeah. You wrote this, recently.
I did not, actually. I wrote it under a deadline for Damnation Land, the film festival, and I was like, what's the scariest thing I can think of? Oh, wasting my life is terrifying.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good time to be singing that song. So
and you're not wasting your life. I mean, what's amazing about you is the journey that you've been on, really, the years that I've known you.
Literally,
I feel like we've been on a roller coaster together. Because
Michelle, you may not know this, but you were the first person to answer my first volley of emails of, I'm a musician and I want to play gigs. You're the first person to answer and take it seriously.
Viva.
What?
You and I have the same thing in common. No. When I moved here, I sent out like 25 emails to book a show, and the only lady that reached out to me was this one, and she started
I love powerful women.
You're a real one, Michelle.
I feel like we're like
powerful
spirit
women.
sisters.
We're hugging right now, but it's COVID, so.
But same exact first story for me.
Viva gave it back.
That's crazy.
Viva gave it back, though, because one day Charlie and I had a whole night out in the town, and we come in, and I hadn't walked through that door, and next thing I know, you made me go on stage there with your whole band playing to a packed bar and read a poem just pick a poem, read it, and then she started singing words behind it, and it became this whole thing, and I was a nervous wreck, and it was,
You did not seem nervous.
Yeah.
You hardly ever seem nervous.
I'm just saying that was like, I curse you to this day. But it was so fun.
Is this the curse? Because I love it. Do it again.
Right. That's living like you're dying right there.
Such a good story. Viva, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure to have you tonight.
Such a pleasure.
I want to hear, once the cameras are off, I want to hear about all your projects, and I know you're in a lot of bands, and you do lots of things.
You're going to play with the loop, Natalie. Because
thank you
big.
For being here.
It's going to be bigger. It's going to continuously grow like it's done over the years that I've known you, and the different bands and the different adaptations. And it's not because of not liking what she's originally doing. Mm-hmm. It's just that it's not even almost like you're bored. It's just you want more.
And it's evolving.
She wants more. And she goes out and she gets it. And she wants to suck up everything that is possibly able to be sucked up in the whole musical realm of being. And then maybe you'll be a little satisfied.
Maybe. I mean, I'll still be naked, raw, and alone,
yes, you will be.
And ambitious.
Yeah, and explore. You never want to stop learning, right? As an artist. So,
but that's what I love about you.
Truly,
guys, thank you so much for tuning in, listeners.
Support
for watching
us.
The show. We had lots of comments out there. My favorite comment tonight was, "Thank you, Viva, for making us dance in our kitchen." Yeah, that was very sweet. It was on the Facebook.
That's better than dancing here.
But yeah, we're also dancing back there.
But please support Viva, support Big Babe's Tavern, because we can't say enough great things about how important it is to bring musicians and these venues back up and running. Musicians weren't making that much before this pandemic.
Right.
This reinforced it, and now we know we have to do better. We need to support our artists. That's the first place we go when we say to one another, what do you miss the most? What's been going on?
Live music.
I miss live music.
Live music is
always... I know so many people that do.
Always what's been said. So that's what we're trying to do here.
Take
and
care of
we're
our
excited for sunnier times, for the times when we can actually go back into the live venue. But for now,
here's the sunshine.
This is what we're doing.
This is what we could do.
So donate to us on Venmo and PayPal at the Maine Music Project. If you want to be a sponsor, you can find out how to do that at www.themainemusicproject.com. And I just want to give a shout out to our production team. Join us. Be a sponsor.
I just want to say that one more time.
Be a sponsor.
Polar Star Podcasts.
They're producing our shows right now.
Again and again and again. So thank you. Gabe, Courtney.
Our production team in the back end doing all the emails and comments.
The roots of this whole institution.
Yep, and my buddy Michelle here, she's all right.
And Natalie,
we'll keep her
she's
around.
pretty cool.
Thank you guys
next week,
so much.
You're in for a treat, my friends, because it's not going to be me and Nat here, because Natalie has a whole band, and it's her night. It's going to be the Natalie Michelle Show.
I get to do a show.
And
I get
I'm
to do a
excited
show on my
to hear this new music.
So I'm excited about it, too. So
I hear we have a special guest. I have a surprise special guest host. She might not know it's happening yet, but it is going to happen because I've got persuasive powers.
You have ways. We all know your ways, Michelle.
No.
Guys, have a great night.
Thank you all
so much.
Thank you for being
we'll
a
see
part.
you next year, 7 o'clock,
Viva.
Thursday, and play music from yours truly. Have a good night.